When we've been talking over the past several months about younger voters seeming to break away from Joe Biden more, they've been looking at it through the wrong lens, talking about Gaza. Obviously, there are concerns on college campuses and with younger voters about Gaza, but it is inflation. When you really dig into the numbers, it is inflation. And younger Americans having trouble buying gasoline, having trouble buying groceries, and most importantly, trouble getting their first home. It is inflation that is driving them away from the Biden administration. The inflation data yesterday revealed some good news for cash-strapped shoppers. Grocery prices dropped for the first time in a year. Food prices fell by 0.2% in April, according to the Labor Department's Consumer Price Report.
It is the first drop in a year. Eggs led the decline, with prices dropping more than 7%. Steve Ratner is over at the wall with charts to break it all down. Steve, what do you got? And can this continue? Because it's going to take a while for people to really feel the effects of this.
Yeah, look, as you guys have said, and Joe just said, the inflation data is critical to the election, and it has not gone well so far, but this may be the beginning of a better trend. So let's take a look at what happened yesterday, which was that the Bureau of Labor Statistics announced their latest data, and inflation is now, this is headline, we call headline, all the goods, up 3.4% year over year. And then we take out food and energy because they move around a lot, 3.6. But you can see what was happening, that we had gotten inflation down, it stalled out, it actually increased a little bit, and now we have somewhat better news. And I'm going to show you both in the financial markets and in public opinion, consumer sentiment, how that's affected. But what's also really important to note is that, yeah, a bunch of stuff is still going up. Car rental insurance is a really small part, 6% of the index. It's not something people buy every day. When you start to look at what people buy every day, you see food up 2.6%. 2.2% year over year. Get these lined up. Food up 2.2% year over year. Energy, gasoline, home heating, all that stuff up 2.6% year over year. And then goods, anything you buy, a piece of merchandise, actually down 1.3% year over year, led by furniture, appliances, and so forth. And so it is a picture of inflation that perhaps the average American doesn't fully appreciate. How much prices have moderated, especially for the things they buy every day. Yeah,
but Steve, let's look at housing up there. We're talking about housing, and you look at young voters. If you look at housing, if you look at the cost of cars, we were just talking about Offset, how automobiles, used automobiles still, it's just, I was out last night at an event, and people were talking about how hard it is to still get a decent car.
Well,
and by a decent car, I'm not talking about one of your Rolls Royces.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
cars.
A Ford Fusion, if they even make one of those anymore.
Well, look, first on housing, yes, housing is still going up. The big problem on housing, as you know, is simply the affordability of a new house. House prices are still high, but mortgages are also high, which means the affordability, the ability of someone to afford a mortgage, literally, has gone down so much that for many young people, an 8% mortgage just makes a house unaffordable. And that's a huge problem. And one of the good things about the CPI numbers is it may give the Federal Reserve some leeway to cut interest rates a bit, which would bring down mortgage rates a bit. Yeah. It's not going to be dramatic between now and November, but maybe a little bit of help.
Steve, why is car rental and insurance so expensive?
There's a whole, it's a longer conversation.
No, I mean, it's 11.5%. And it's not that I'm complaining. It's just like, if you're working and your work makes you fly from city to city, let's say you're in insurance or you're in finance or you just, there are people every week I see on planes, and that's what they do. And so they get off the plane, and then they have to go, and they're dealing with still 11, 12% increase. And what car rentals cost, man, it cuts into their salary.
It does. This is only 6% of the index. Let's start with that. Secondly, a lot of it is driven by insurance. And this is a longer discussion probably for CNBC. but insurance rates are going up across. Insurance
want to talk to us about it.
I'm happy to talk about it. You tell me when to stop.
It's over your heads, guys.
Tell me when to stop.
For the money people.
Keep going.
I like
Keep going.
I like purple. Go to the next chart.
All right, go to the next chart. You want to ask me something, or should I just plunge in?
No, talk about wages.
Please, I don't think there's anything
How are
that I
wages
could ask
doing,
you that would
Steve?
rise to the
know
level of your expertise.
We're not CNBC anchors.
Yeah.
So I don't have like the lingo.
So what do you got, Steve? Wages. This is the key point yesterday. Somebody was complaining to me about inflation. I said, well, the real key is whether wage increase is keeping up with the inflation increase, because you don't want deflation.
That's right.
And so now you're going to
thinking.
tell me whether I was correct in saying that wages are keeping up.
You are
with
very
inflation.
correct. You are very correct.
Fantastic.
If you go back to 2020, now it is absolutely
Almost like
true.
I'm a host on CNBC. Go.
That was not a CNBC crack was not aimed at you, Joe. If you go back to the inflation, or you, Mika.
Oh no, that was definitely.
He's going after Mara. He's going after Mara and me and Lamir.
no, that was for
They're
me.
like financial idiots over here.
And he's right.
It was actually aimed at Heilman. But that's
The easy target.
Fair enough.
All right, so go.
If you go back to when inflation was high back in 2022, it absolutely did not keep up. Wages absolutely did not keep up. But since inflation has moderated faster than wages have come down, have also moderated. And so you have had, Joe, to your point, from well more than a year now, wage increases running above inflation increases. 4% on average for wages, 3.4% for inflation. Not a huge difference, but positive purchasing power. And if you looked at the bottom quarter of Americans, they have done materially better than this 4%. And so for the bottom group of Americans, their purchasing power has actually increased by more than this.
Hey, Steve, can I ask you this question?
Sure.
As Alex goes crazy because I'm just blowing past
It's just,
every break
you really
here.
have no discipline.
You know, post-COVID, because you're talking about the bottom third of Americans doing better here. The history of this country from the early 1980s onward are the rich were getting richer, the poor were getting poor. Post-COVID, actually, the lower third, lower half of Americans actually were getting ahead for the first time and doing better for the first time. Are we still there? Are some of those safety net measures, post-COVID measures, are they now running out? And are we returning to the old model of the rich getting richer, the poor getting poor?
No, income inequality is actually still narrowing. But the reason it's narrowing, the post-COVID programs certainly helped for a while. They are phasing out. But what really helps is the fact that we're running the economy with a very low unemployment rate. And so what that means is that employers have to pay more to get their workers. And you couple that with a lot of the minimum wage increases that were imposed during COVID and things like that, there's actually more demand for lower-end workers than for higher-end workers. And so they pay more at the lower end. And that is really what is driving this significant increase in wages. And Americans don't appreciate it, but their purchasing power is going up at this moment, especially for those near the bottom. But let me show you one other interesting side of this chart, and then we can move on. But if you start to look at it by state, and these numbers, are not as precise. Start to look at it by state, you see some interesting things, which is that there are some states, Louisiana, West Virginia, where consumers have been losing ground, where their real wages have not kept up. But there are other states, including a couple of key swing states, where, in fact, it's going the other way. Wisconsin, it looks like real wages, adjusted for inflation, are up something like 7%.
Wow.
It may or may not be a coincidence. I'll leave that to Heilman to say whether that's perhaps part of why Biden performed better in that New York Times poll in Wisconsin than in any of the other states. But you also have positive real wages in Michigan. Pennsylvania is down a little bit. Nevada is effectively flat. Arizona is actually up 1.8%. And Georgia, which we can argue about whether it's even a swing state anymore, down 2.
All right.
But can I do my last one?
Yeah.
Real last one quickly?
Yeah,
but look, this is an interesting chart that I don't think we've ever looked at, but it's so dramatic, Joe, that I did want to show it, which is the relationship to your earlier point between inflation and consumer sentiment. So back here in 2000, even in 2020, you had high consumer sentiment, low inflation. Then inflation shoots up, consumer sentiment falls off a cliff. Then inflation starts to come down, consumer sentiment goes right back up again. And
Wow.
then this very last month, because inflation had stalled out and actually had reversed and gone the wrong way for a month or two, consumer sentiment fell again. And so the tie between these two is incredibly dramatic, and it needs to penetrate people that we are bringing down inflation. And then very lastly, the stock market has voted on the Biden policies and on inflation. It's up 43% since the president took office. It's up about 18% this year. And it had a huge day yesterday because of these good consumer price numbers, which raised the prospect of the Fed hopefully being able to cut interest rates at some point.
So interesting.
Another week like that, Heilman, and he will buy a Rolls Royce.
Morning Joe, economic analyst Steve Ratner.
Rolls Royce for me?
No, he's
Steve
not getting a
will,
Rolls.
yeah.
A Rolls of my very own.
Of your very own, yes.
Kind of random, but Morgan Radford did a piece on inflation relocation, where states are offering incentives to people to move to more rural parts of the country where prices are lower. Isn't that interesting?
And it's happening.
That's the offshoot.
It
Like
really
West
is.
Virginia.
You know, a lot of